What is up, guys? We are back again, another vlog. This time we are coming at you from the Cheesecake Factory. Alright? It's my first time. Is it going to be good? Apparently it's going to be good. Do you think doing the 10k calorie challenge in the Cheesecake Factory would be a good idea? And why is that? Is it because all the meals are like 2,000 calories? So I've said it before and I'll say it again. Savory beats sweet. Do you agree?
That looks so much nicer than yours.
Yeah, but this one tastes so much nicer than that. Like that's diabetes right there. Like that's gonna give you right now dysregulated blood sugar. Whereas this is health. That right there is health. Don't at me. So yeah, that meal right there, that's actually the epitome of health. You know, you've got your protein, you've got your calories, and yeah. Anyway, we're off to Target now because we need to buy some more supplies because we are going camping in a week now. So we've only a week left in Boise or thereabouts, and then we are off on a 2-week camping excursion, hitting up a few different areas, but of course I'm going to take you along with me, so you'll see that when we get there. This stuff right here, the motherfucking goat. And we are back home now. So the thing I want to talk about today is the concept of being on track but not being on track, and knowing when to put the foot down and when to take the foot off the gas. Okay, because it's something I've been talking to my clients about, well, a few times over the last few weeks, mainly because it's summer and there's a lot more socializing going on, a lot more events, a lot more, you know, things, a lot more of that whole life stuff, you know yourself. Anyway, so people have a hard time staying on track or knowing when to stay on track and when to deviate from being on track. You know, like that meal I had this morning there, like it was about 1,100 calories. Like we always go out for like a kind of brunch on a Sunday. Obviously today is Sunday, and like I could be extremely anal and be like, I'm gonna track every single last bit of this. Any food that I have, it has to be 100% fit my macros, whatever else, right? And I could do that. But that's generally going to lead me to a position where, you know, I'm not going to maybe be as adventurous, as spontaneous, as I'm not going to enjoy the meal as much, right? And given my current goals, where I'm essentially just trying to stay relatively on track while in America, like my goals, like I've only been here for the last 8 weeks. We're only here for 9 weeks, so it's not like I've been training towards a very specific goal. I'm like, this is what I need to be ready for. Yes, we're going camping, yes, we're going hiking, so like I need to be physically strong and fit and whatever else for that, but there's no end date. Like I basically want to keep relatively good body composition because yeah, we will be out and about, tops off in the sun, like we will be at a few beaches and stuff, so like I don't want to feel self-conscious in my body, so that's obviously a goal that I'm aiming towards. And obviously like I enjoy being fit, I enjoy being strong, and obviously I have my like sporting commitments, like I enjoy doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and my bit of boxing or whatever, but I have no specific goal. I'm not working towards a specific date, event, anything like that. So the added negatives of me being extremely rigid in my thought processes around food, my thought processes, or even my choices around food, it just doesn't make sense as long as I'm on point 90% of the time, right? What I mean by that is the vast majority of the time, as long as I'm making good food choices, as long as I'm hitting in and around the calories, macros that I need to hit, like small deviations aren't going to be the make or break of whether I achieve my, we'll say, moderate goals in the short term, right? Or even in the long term, right? Now, if I was trying to be as shredded as possible, or I was really gunning for performance, strength gain, fitness gain, even getting better at my chosen sport, yeah, I probably have to be a little bit more rigid in my adherence to the overall plan. But I find people kind of get stuck in this mentality where they essentially stop thinking of fitness or all this kind of peripheral stuff as enhancing their life, and it eventually becomes their life. And for most people, that's not actually what they want. They want this stuff, the training they do in the gym, the diet they eat. They want it to contribute to their health, longevity. They want it to contribute to their overall life. So if you find yourself getting into that like rigid mindset where it's like your diet becomes your life or your training becomes your life, it can be very hard to break out of that, and it can be very hard to have a bit of spontaneity in your life, and like I do like, as a person, I like more rigid thought processes. Like I like when things are really planned out. I like when my day is planned out. I like rigid things. I like when everything is planned and we know exactly what we're doing. But at the same time, you have to understand that doesn't mean you have to be that way all of the time. And especially if you are trying to enjoy yourself or enjoy life a little bit more, you probably do want to have a little bit of flexibility in your ability to stay on the plan, but also while deviating from the plan, So that's what I wanted to really kind of touch on today. And it's a really hard thing to really get dialed in, because when you think of it, there's this fine line where you can be very rigid in your planning, and that's perfect. That can be the most effective strategy if, say, you have a bodybuilding competition coming up, or you have an event that you need to be ready for, whatever. Being more rigid to the plan and sticking to the plan, adhering to the process, adhering to the plan, is probably going to get you better results than being more wishy-washy, like, oh, maybe I'll eat out today and maybe I'll do this. Like that's bringing in more variables than you need, than what you want as well, to actually achieve your plan, So whereas if you are someone that is just kind of ticking along with training, they just want training to enhance their life, they just want their diet to enhance their life, then having a mindset where you're not completely adherent to the plan, you're like, okay, well today, I had an extra, like at the end of the day, I'll probably have had an extra, we'll say 400 calories than I should have had, because the rest of the day after that meal, relatively tame enough, and the fact that it's brunch as well, I didn't have any breakfast beforehand, obviously saved me some calories than if I had breakfast beforehand as well. So there was a little bit of forward thinking, forward planning on my behalf, but at the same time, the thought process of having that bit more flexibility can really, really get away from you as well. Okay, so it is this fine line that we want to kind of be on. So that's why I say 90% of the time you want to be on point with your overall plan, your overall structure, diet, nutrition, training, etc. Because you can very easily fall down the mentality, the trap that, oh yeah, like life is for living, and essentially that ends up you going off track, like being completely off track 3, 4, 5 days per week, and you're off track more than you're on track, So that fine line between too rigid a mentality and too flexible a mentality, it's a really hard thing to get, and it's something I've been talking with my clients with a lot recently, because a lot of them have been with me for like 2-3 years. Some of them are finishing up now, or some of them again are going on holidays, that kind of stuff. And obviously the ones that have been with me longer, you can see the difference in their mentality around this kind of stuff. Like they've got a holiday coming up, they know the little adjustments to make, they know when to put the foot down, they know when to take the foot off the gas, they understand that, and they have a broader experience pool to take from, whereas the people that are, we've only started, we've only been training together for kind of like 16 weeks, whatever, you can see it in their mentality, you can see it in their ability to kind of flip that switch between, oh, I have to be 100% adherent to the plan, and then also, oh, I can just going to be 100% non-adherent to the plan. So they're not really able to have that switch at a kind of a dimmer switch rather than just a complete switch, So that's something you should start thinking about with your overall training, nutrition, whatever. You don't have to, obviously. Like, I don't really care, but it is something that you see represented in people that have actually been successful with transforming their body, with transforming their overall training, whatever, that ability to be rigid but also flexible. To know when to be flexible and to not let that get out of hand, and to know when to be rigid and also to not let that get out of hand. That's something that you see at the very higher levels of people who have actually achieved like good body composition transformations. And I don't mean like fitness models or whatever, because quite often they just have really poor relationship with food overall. What I'm talking about is normal, average, everyday people who have actually transformed their body. Like, they understand that it's not always, you don't always have to be 1000% on, and sometimes it's okay to take the foot off the pedal and actually enjoy life a little bit more, have that little bit more freedom. So that's what I wanted to touch on today, guys. And I don't really have anything else to say. Vlogging, like, we're kind of not doing a huge amount at the moment because it's all just tying up loose ends. It's all just like, I basically sit in this house for most of the day because I'm doing my little bits of work, my typing, whatever else. And like, gym in the morning, like, I've cancelled my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu membership because I would have been charged another month, and like, I'm not going to be here. So I have nothing really going on for the rest of this week coming forward, and this is our last week here. Like, yes, we're probably going to do a little bit, go exploring. Like, we're going to float the river tomorrow because there's this huge river that goes through the city. But like, I can't really vlog that because it's just going to be me sitting in a little rubber dinghy type thing. Like, it's not that exciting to watch anyway. Like, it'll be fun, relaxing, and we want to do it. But it's not exactly the most enlightening or most enjoyable content. Not to say that this is either. However, we are going camping, and we just got a couple more camping supplies today. We got loads the week before. Like, Walmart has a way better selection than Target, just saying, in case you're planning things. And we're probably going to pick some more stuff up throughout this week. We have the majority of things we need. We've booked, we've reserved the car. So once we get on the road, then like, I'll have way more fun stuff to vlog. Don't know how consistent I'll be with the editing and vlogging, because I will obviously be in places where I'm camping and stuff. Like, it's not like I'll have the best internet access or want to be at my computer editing and stuff, so I may just have to kind of backlog content and then drip it out over a few weeks, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. Hopefully Gary keeps with vlogging. Like, he got 2 this week, so maybe he'll get 2 every week while I'm gone. I know he's going to Belarus, so that's probably not realistically going to happen. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. If you do like the video or you don't like the video, let us know down in the comments. That's cool. We just want to keep you guys up to date with what we're doing, how things are going with us, and what plans we have going forward with the future. Because obviously, like, Gary's starting a new adventure. He's going into medicine. I'm into final year of biochemistry. So after that, for me, there's a few exciting things that might be going on, but again, that's a year's time away, so we'll cover that when we cover it. But yeah, I'm just gonna wrap it up here because I am absolutely rambling. See you later, guys.